Now we are going to present you the transportation of dangerous goods. Dangerous goods are materials or items with hazardous properties which, if not properly controlled, present a potential hazard to human health and safety, infrastructure or their means of transport. The transportation of dangerous goods is controlled and governed by a variety of different regulatory regimes operating in both the national and international levels. Prominent regulatory frameworks for the transportation of dangerous goods include the United Nations recommendations on the transport of dangerous goods. So, first we are going to tell you about the categories of dangerous goods and their classifications. Further, we will go to the ways of transportation and restrictions in particular way. Next, we will discuss the packaging regulations, the guidelines for transport of dangerous goods, the shipping documentation, labeling, and finally we will discuss the final checklist. Categories of dangerous goods. Dangerous goods divide into 9 classes. The first class is explosive. Explosives are materials or items which have the ability to rapidly conflagrate or detonate as a consequence of chemical reaction. The reasons for regulation of explosives are that they are capable by chemical reaction of producing gases at temperatures, pressures and speeds as to cause catastrophic damage through force and or producing otherwise hazardous amount of heat, light, sound, gas or smoke. The example of explosive are the fireworks, flares, primers, TNT and others. The second class is gases. Gases are defined by dangerous goods regulations as substances which have a vapor pressure of 300 kilopascals or greater at 50 degrees Celsius, or which are completely gaseous at 20 degrees Celsius at standard atmospheric pressure, and items containing these substances. The class encompasses compressed gases, liquefied gases, dissolved gases, refrigerated liquefied gases, mixtures of one or more gases with one or more vapors of substances of other classes, articles charged with a gas and aerosols. The reasons for regulations of gases are that they are capable of posing serious hazards due to their flammability, potential as asphyxiants, ability to oxidize, and their toxicity or corrosiveness to humans. The examples of gases are aerosols, compressed airs, and others. The third class of dangerous goods is flammable liquids. Flammable liquids are defined by dangerous goods regulations as liquids, mixtures of liquids, or liquids containing solids in solution or suspension which give off a flammable vapor or have a flash point. The reasons for their regulation is that flammable liquids are capable of poisoning serious hazards due to their volatility, combustibility, and potential in causing or propagating severe conflagrations. The common flammable liquids are acetone, kerosene, or others. The fourth class of dangerous goods is flammable solids. Flammable solids are materials which, under conditions encountered in transport, are readily combustible or may cause or contribute to fire through friction, self-reactive substances, which are liable to undergo a strongly exothermic reaction, or solid desensitized explosives. Also included are substances which are liable to spontaneous heating under normal transport conditions, or to heating up in contact with air, and are consequently liable to catch fire, and substances which emit flammable gases or become spontaneously flammable in contact with water. The reasons for their regulation is that flammable solids are capable of poisoning serious hazards due to their volatility, combustibility, and potential in causing or propagating several conflagrations. Their examples are sodium batteries, sodium cells, and others. The fifth class of dangerous goods are oxidizing substances. Oxidizers are defined by dangerous goods regulations as substances which may cause or contribute to combustion, generally by yielding oxygen as a result of a redox chemical reaction. Organic substances which may be considered derivatives of hydrogen, where one or both hydrogen atoms of the chemical structure have been replaced by organic radicals. Reasons for regulations of oxygen substances is that oxidizers, although not necessarily combustible in themselves, can yield oxygen and in so doing cause or contribute to the consumption of other materials. The example of them can be the chemical oxygen generators, nitrates, and others. The sixth class of dangerous goods are toxic substances. Toxic substances are those which are liable either to cause death or serious injury or to harm human health if swallowed, inhaled, or by skin contact. Infectious substances are those which are known or can be reasonably expected to contain pathogens. There are reasons for regulations as that the toxic and infectious substances can pose significant risk to human and animal health upon contact. The next class of dangerous goods are radioactive material. Dangerous goods regulations define radioactive material as any material containing radionuclides, where both the activity concentration and the total activity exceeds certain predefined values. A radionuclide is an atom with an unstable nucleus and which consequently is subject to radioactive decay. The reasons for regulation is that whilst undergoing radioactive decay, radionuclides emit ionizing radiation which presents potentially severe risk to human health. The class 8 is corrosives. Corrosives are substances which by chemical action degrade or disintegrate other materials upon contact. The reasons for regulations is that corrosives cause several damage when in contact with living tissue or, in the case of leakage, damage or destroy surrounding materials. Their examples are acids, batteries, battery fluids, and others. And finally, the class number 9 is miscellaneous dangerous goods. Miscellaneous dangerous goods are substances and articles which during transport present a danger or hazard not covered by other classes. The reasons for regulation is that miscellaneous dangerous goods present a wide array of potential hazards to human health and safety infrastructure and their means of transport. For example, the dry ice, ammonium nitrate.
Yes, ways of transportation with respect to Finland. Road transportation. On roads, most of the dangerous goods are transported by tank vehicles, like they are 88%. Their number is transport of dangerous goods is supervised by the police as a part of general monitoring of heavy traffic. All heavy vehicles are inspected annually. The tanks used for transport are inspected regularly by authorized inspection bodies in accordance with the type of tank, a typical inspection period being every 3 years. Then it comes the railway transport means. In railway transport means both on common railways and privately owned industrial and port area tracks currently controlled by the Finnish Rail Administration. At set intervals, inspection bodies check and approve the packaging and tanks used in transport. Currently, the Finnish Rail Administration specifically focuses on prevention of accidents, amongst other, through the design and implementation of safety management systems. Then the third one is this transport by sea means. This is the busiest port. The busiest ports in Finland are Kilpilahti, Naantali, Kotka, Helsinki, Pori, Rautaruukki, and Hamina. Transport on inland water took place only through 3 ports: Varkaus, Savonlinna, and Lappeenranta. Most of the transport of dangerous goods by sea is transport of bulk cargo, especially crude oil and oil products. The customs, police, border guards, and the industrial safety authorities also have important duties relating to the safety affecting sea transport within the port area. The fourth one is the air transportation mean. Air freight is strictly regulated from an aviation safety perspective. Carriage of certain dangerous goods as air freight requires special permits. The permit has to be obtained from all countries through which the flight takes place, as well as from the carrier's home country. And then the packaging of dangerous goods. Packaging of dangerous goods, the United Nations assigns a packing group classifying the regulated material further by the amount of risk each material poses during transportation. The packaging The packing group also determines the degree of protective packing required. Package group 1. Package group 1 shown as X in the United Nations marking on the package, and in the group 2 the package group is medium danger. The group 1 is the greatest danger and the packing group 2 is the medium danger, shown as Y in the UN marking on the package, while the third package group is the least danger and shows as Z in the UN marking on the package. Here are the some examples of United Nations marking for solid hazardous material in single or composite packages or combination packagings for all materials. United Nations symbol, and then packaging identification code, then packaging group level equivalent, gross mass in kilograms, then solids or inner packaging, because as this is for these solids hazards, then the year of manufacture, location of manufacture, and certification mark or the manufacturer's symbol. Then it comes for the liquid hazards material or composite packaging, the same United Nations symbol, packaging identification code, packaging group level equipment. Then it comes the specific gravity for that liquid, then hydrostatic test pressure for that liquid, year of manufacture, location of manufacture, and then the same certification mark, manufacturer symbol.
Auto-package requirements. When shipping a product or samples via mail or carrier, the following items must be attached to the outside of the box. First, orientation label for liquids only when transported by air. Second, primary class labels. Third, standardized United Nations certification mark automatically appears on UN certified packaging. Fourth, the shipping name as it appears in the regulations. Fifth, identification number, UN number. Sixth, subsidiary class label. Central packaging guideline. Ensure primary containers, bottles, vials, etc. are labeled and well sealed to prevent leaking. Line your UN-approved box with a secondary waterproof container, seal-label bag, plastic closable container, etc. Place chemicals into box. When packaging multiple chemicals for hazardous waste disposal, ensure only compatible chemicals are shipped into the same box. When shipping liquids, fill the bag inside the box with an absorbent material such as vermiculate or chemical absorbent pads. Ensure enough material is used to absorb all of the chemical in the event of a spill. When shipping solids, fill the box with a non-reactive padding material, preferably vermiculate, to ensure the chemicals are secure and cannot move inside the box. Seal the bag. Close and seal the box with shipping tape. When shipping a product or samples via courier services, attach all appropriate labels and markings to the outside of the box. When preparing waste for pickup, consult the Environmental Health and Safety Department website for procedures and fill out the appropriate form. Shipping radioactive materials of Class 7. Environmental Health and Safety Department must be contacted when sending packages containing Class 7 radioactive substances. The staff at Environmental Health and Safety Department have received additional training on the transportation of dangerous goods and CNSC on the transport packaging of radioactive materials regulation.
Here are the shipping documentation. 3 documents apply to the shipment of dangerous goods depending on the mode of transport and the type of goods being shipped. First one is Trade Bill of Lading form for shipments by ground, then Shipper's Declaration of Dangerous Goods form